could each of you tell me kind of the story of like how you were originally placed on leave and how that came to fruition?
The mandates came out for healthcare workers and school employees last August of 2021. And so we had until October 18th to either turn in proof that we were vaccinated or some kind of medical or religious exception form. If we didn't turn that in by October 18th, they said they would not allow us back to the classroom to teach. And so when that date came, we got an email that said, turn in your keys, turn in your computer, and please do not report to work on Monday. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know how many teachers that happened to in the district?
So between classified and certified employees, there's about 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you know why it's just the three of you who are facing this hearing?
So the three of us, Zach and Kelly and I, are the certified
Right.
Staff that were put on unpaid leave of absence. And my understanding is there's a different protocol, different contract for certified versus classified. So that's why the three of us right now are going to the hearing tonight.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a few classified teachers that we know of that haven't had any kind of communication about whether they're being fired or not. So far it's just the three of us certified teachers that we know of.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you know why it's taken so long for this hearing to come about?
Well, that's a great question.
We were
put on October 18th, 2021. We were put on unpaid leave of absence. That Tuesday we were cut off from our email. Wednesday we could not get into our computers, and then following that there was 7 months of absolutely no contact. And so we actually reached out.
Yeah, we reached out to them
for 2 different meetings.
Yeah. To the superintendent and the HR director, Steve and Steve. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
And so that was our question as well: is why haven't we been fired yet?
Right.
And so here we are.
Yeah. Some of what they
Almost
said
a year later.
was they said, "Well, we're waiting to see what happens with OHA, and there's things that are happening across the nation, across the state." So it was just kind of that waiting period. But in the meantime, there were coaches, there were volunteers, there were contractors in the school who were not being held to the same standard. They weren't being asked to turn in proof of vaccination or of exception form. Those who signed the attestation form were no longer testing. They were no longer wearing an N95 mask like they had attested to. So in the meantime, while we were waiting on unpaid leave, there was no enforcement of the mandate on anyone else throughout the school year.
Right.